Howdy, I'm Matt, and in this video you're going to learn a very simple tip to strengthen and to have a more responsive model. Now, that is a lot of wild claims. Now, firstly, before we go any further, I am using the phone, so it's going to be a little bit shaky. I do apologise. However, this little tip is so simple. And can you see it? Let me just make sure we're focused. Just there, we have the control surface, and this is for the SAS World thing. And there's the control surface. And what I've been and done is just put a little piece of 2mm carbon fibre rod down through the Corflute so that when this control horn clamps down, it's not clamping just through the Corflute, which is, let's face it, going to be a little bit flexible over time. What I've been and done is put a piece of 2mm carbon rod, carbon fibre rod, and it runs up about, I don't know, a good 6 inches up through the actual surface itself. And what that means is that when I put both screws in, so if I focus in on there, you can imagine both screws are going to be clamping in and down on top of that rod. Thus, when we're moving the surface, not only do we end up with a stronger joint sat here, but also that's pushing that rod up and down inside the actual flute itself. So in the Corflute, there's lots of little different flutes in here. It's also moving it all the way up and down as well. So if I push that all the way in, okay, so I'm not putting any glue or anything in there, I'm just pushing it in there so it's up flush, because the clamping, when I put the other screw in there, is that will clamp it down and hold it still. So there you go, very simple tip, so you end up with a more responsive model, and also I'd like to say a stronger model, because these little control horns, they're not going to rip out of the plastic Corflute because they're clamping down on top of a solid piece in the middle. Normally it would just be Corflute which would squash. Now it cannot squash, thus we end up with a stronger joint. So if you like this tip, do me a favour, hit the thumbs up. Any other little tips which you can think of for my SAS World thing? She is coming on really well. I'm absolutely, I'm just impressed. I'm just impressed with the build approach and mythology for this one. It has worked out really, really well. And as you can see, we're right near the end now. I'm just putting a pair of control horns in, and then I need to sort out the electronicals to go in the notes. So actually on this one, I'm going to be using a pair of 18650 batteries in the nose. And we'll get those soldered up and put in, and we'll get her out onto a damn good slope and give her a damn good chuck and a ragging very soon. So, for myself, Matt, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this episode. I'll see you again shortly. Cheerios!